Good morning, students. In this video, I'm going to explain you what you mean by data validation. Hope in the previous class as well as in the previous video, we all discussed about the basic fundamentals of IS, IT and its subsystem, and also how database is helpful for the companies. Now, in the fourth chapter, right, what we are going to learn the first spreadsheet for business. Here, there is a one important topic called data validation. Right. So here, this is a one important task every companies will undergo this because when you want to collect the data and when you are expecting the or requesting the people to enter the data, right? So the way of entering the data will be in a different format. So we can able to restrict the data entry according to the type, the format, what we need. So here the concept what we're going to discuss about is data validations, right? It is one of the important technique in the spreadsheet where you can able to restrict the data entry into a certain range or in certain format by giving an option. Right. So here I'm going to explain you, I'm going to give you a hands-on trainings on how to do a data validations with a certain data. Right. So this is a screenshot of the data validation. So the data validation option available under the column data. There is option called data validation. So now I will share the Excel file and I'll show you what you mean by data validation. Now open an Excel file, right? So you can create a columns, serial number and name of the student and mobile number, right? And marks, right? And department, right? And then city, right? Fine. So I had created a columns about the student details and I'm going to enter the data for the 5 samples. Now see, when you're giving this information, right? So basically you'll be having informations and the name of the students will be there, right? And then, right, fine. Now I give the name of the students, right? Now, when there is a student list, so usually, for example, the placement cell of the college, right? They used to share the students' database to the department as well as to the students, and they want to know that. So in this students database, there may be some around the 5,000 or 6,000 students are at the campus. In that 5,000, 6,000 students, 3,000 students are final years. So from the 3,000 students, right, we want the marks of the final year students who scored between 70 to 75, which is included 70 as well as 75, right? And only from the particular department or from the any of these three departments, right? And only from this location. So they want to go for a placement because they need the students according to the mark category and from the uh, various departments from the different locations because they are going to give an offer for the students if they are selected in the different locations, not only the same location. So now we have discussed here, we have entered the data and there will be a mobile number, right? So usually there will be a mobile number like this. So I'm just entering the dummy variables like, okay, fine. Now I want to restrict, I don't want the people to enter the marks, whatever they got. I want to restrict that they column, marks column, only students those who got 70 to 75. That means only those students can access this file. So what I'm going to do is go to the database data, go to the data. You have an option called data validation. See, yes, see, data validation. Click data validation. Now, in this data validation, you have all these option settings allow. There is an option called allow, right? So under this allow, you have any options like if it is a default will be any value, means you can do any value. But I am going to give a whole number. I want to make the students who enter only the marks they got from 70 to only those students can enter. So I can restrict. So give the whole number, right? And it is asked a whole number between what? So I want to give 70. Maximum should be 75, right? So here you can validate this. So when you enter 56, see, this value does not match the data value because I have restricted this column. I restricted this column. So I have to enter either 70, it will take, or either 74 or 75. That's it. If you even enter 76 also, it will not take, right? So similarly like this. Here you have to validate. Otherwise, what you can do is you can select this. You can select this entire range and then you can restrict the whole numbers. Yes. Now you have to apply for all. So that if you enter, it will not take for the entire thing. So this is how the validations will work. So this is one of the option, the data validation. So data validation is already chosen, right? Data validation. Allow any value. Decimal. Suppose if you want decimal, between which two, 70 to 75, I told. But between 70 to 75 also, I want exact marks. Right? I don't want to have rounded numbers. I want exact marks, then you can give 70 to 75, I can have a decimal. So if you enter 70.27 also, the particular column will accept. If you're not giving decimal, if you're giving only one number between this, if you're entering 70 to 75, it will take. But when you enter 70.27, the particular column will not take because you're not given the decimal. Similarly, lists. So from the drop-down list, what I should do. So before choosing the list, because I don't want to make the students enter the city one by one because they will enter with the capital letters, small letters. Some students will enter, will do the error, will have a spelling mistake and enter the department name or city name. So I want to go for a select the city or department from the list which is already available. Right. Now, before using this list option, what we have to do is we have to create a list in the same Excel sheet or in the next sheet. Now, I'm just for your reference, I'm creating a list of department here itself. So, management department, commerce, economics. That's it. So, I want the students from these three departments only, right? And also city. So, Bengaluru, Chennai, and then Hyderabad. In these three locations only, they have the company and the people, right? Who's from the same location, maybe the hometown, right? So now I'm going to select this department. So what I can do is you can select the entire column or only this column because I had entered only four data. This you can select, go to the data validation, choose the option called list. Now list when you choose, will ask you what is the source from which source I have to take consider the list. So here is the source. Keep your cursor here and select this source from L4 to L7, L4 to L6, right? Then give OK. That's it. Now see, once you give OK, there'll be a small down arrow marker will be there, right? Drop down list. Then you can select. So this students from commerce, this students from also commerce. So this students from management. So this students from economics. So the students can able to select. Only those students can able to give the details for attending the placement. Similarly, city I want. So again, go to the data validation, go choose list, select the source. The list of the cities are available in M column, M5, 40, M6. Then give OK. Again, you can select. So he's from Chennai. So he's from Bangalore. So he's from Bangalore and he's from Hyderabad. So now you have two candidates from Bangalore locations, one candidate from Chennai, one candidate from Hyderabad. Now, according to your the vacancies in different locations, companies can consider this candidate. So this is how you have to go for data evaluation by using the drop-down list. Right. Similarly, there are other options also that are like a date. Suppose we're giving a date, so you have to give from the starting date to end date. Already given the whole number, so 70 to 75. Similarly, you can give. So if you are giving a date of birth, you may restrict the students, right? Students those who born, right, from 2000, right, to 2005. Only those can. That means maybe after maybe like a 20 or 23 years only they need for a particular job. They don't want more than 25 years age category people. Like that, you can restrict the columns by using a date. Time also, right? Time also you can restrict by giving a thing. And text length. You can also give a text length, right? When you're giving entering the data, so I don't want to enter uh, uh, multiple text lengths, right? Multiple text. I want only a short form. I want to only enter only 3 digits or three numbers, three characters. You can restrict the text length also. Right? Custom in the sense is combination of alphabets, text, whatever it is. So these are the options are available in the data validation. So by using these options, you can create a database where you can restrict the certain entries in the database, right? So I hope this video is helpful for you, right? And you understood how to do a data validation in the Excel, right? So thank you. Next video, we can discuss about the other mathematical and the financial functions with the help of the Excel. Thank you.